My name is Cody, and I'm with the University of Nevada, Reno Extension in 4-H Clark County. On today's Mojave Minute Outdoor STEM video, we're going to talk about the 7 Leave No Trace principles for outdoor ethics and how you can use them anytime you're outside recreating in Nevada's spectacular lands. Number 1 is you want to plan ahead and prepare. So anytime you're thinking about visiting cool areas such as Red Rock Canyon, you want to make sure you know what to bring, you know where you're going, you have enough stuff with you, whether it's snacks or clothing, enough water with you, and you know when it's going to be busy and when it's going to be quiet out. Think about all those things and plan your visit, so that way when you come, there's less surprises and you could have a safe and enjoyable trip. Number 2 is that we always want to walk on durable and safe surfaces. So when you're hiking or biking, you want to make sure that you're staying on the trails. Anytime you leave the trails, you have a chance to accidentally step on plants, step on soil that's super critical to the plants, potentially step on an animal itself. So all kinds of things happen when you get off of the trail that could be damaging to the plants, animals, and resources out here. And second, it's typically a little bit more dangerous when you get off the trail. A lot of times, twisted ankles and falls and trips happen when people get off the trail and navigate on their own. Number 3 is you always want to pick up your trash and dispose of it later. So anytime you're coming out and you bring snack bars with you, or maybe you've got fruit, you don't want to leave the peels behind, you don't want to leave the wrappers behind. But the animals, one, they don't eat those foods in the first place, and it could actually harm them, they could choke, and they could potentially die. So we want to make sure that we're not tempting the animals. Number 2 is it's very unsightly. Have you hiked a trail and you've seen trash or litter on the side or all around? Does that make you want to go back to that place? So we want to make sure that we're respecting the landscape and we're respecting other visitors. Number 4, you take 2 fingers, you do this, and you pretend you're a camera, and you take a picture. You want to make sure that you are leaving what you find behind. So if you see cool rocks, if you see a neat animal, if you see a plant that you really enjoy, you want to make sure that you leave it at that spot and you only take pictures and you don't actually take it home with you. Those things are meant for the wild and for our public lands. We don't want to take stuff home with us that really doesn't belong at home. And we don't want to harm anything or make people that come out after us miss out on a really cool opportunity to see stuff that we took home with us. So it's important to leave what you find behind. Number 5, you take your 5 fingers. This is a campfire. We want to minimize our campfire impacts. Unfortunately, 9 out of 10 wildfires in the United States are started by people. So we want to do our best, if we have a campfire and it's allowed, to 1, make sure we've got enough water and a shovel and enough resources to put out the fire properly. Number 2 is we always want to have adults with us or other people to help us out. And then number 3 is we want to follow the rules and guidelines put in place by the public lands. So we want to call ahead and find out if campfires are okay if you happen to be having a campfire or picnicking. We don't want to accidentally have an illegal fire and then end up with a ticket. So always make sure to plan ahead and prepare and to do your best at keeping your campfires small and contained. You don't want your campfire to accidentally grow in size and burn more acres than what we planned. Number 6 is you take 3 fingers in each hand and you put them behind your head. These are antlers, and we want to respect wildlife. We don't want to try to touch or pet wildlife. These are animals that live out here. We don't want to, 1, get bit by ourselves, or 2, accidentally hurt the animals. Another important thing when it comes to respecting wildlife is we don't want to feed any of the animals out here. They are adapted to their environment. They can find food on themselves. And what happens is when people start feeding animals, they become reliant on people and they start to get way too close, and that can cause all kinds of safety hazards. And number 3 is we want to give animals plenty of space. So what I tend to do is if I see a bird, or maybe it's a ground squirrel or a rabbit, use your thumb and try to cover up that animal. If the animal's bigger than what your thumb is covering, back up and give that animal more space. We want to make sure that we're not scaring anything or we're being a threat to the wildlife out here. We want to, 1, protect them, but also protect ourselves as well. Some wildlife is venomous and dangerous. And our last principle, number 7, is you do a peace sign and you wave. And what we want to do is be considerate and respectful to other visitors. So as you're hiking, if you happen to see somebody coming the other direction, feel free to stop or pull off on the side so they have a chance to pass by you. If you are out climbing, you want to make sure that you're not taking somebody else's route if they've been there for longer than you. If you're listening to music, make sure to bring earbuds instead of blasting it on a boombox. Not everybody out here wants to listen to music while they're out enjoying public lands. So those are the 7 Leave No Trace principles for outdoor ethics. If you think of any other principles or any outdoor ethics that are important during a visit, feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for spending a little minute with us, and we hope you enjoy your day. Take care.